Hi, everybody. Our story today is about coconuts. The title is See It Grow Coconut. As you can see, there are a lot of coconuts on this tree, but I don't think they're ready to be eaten yet because these look green, and I know that coconuts are brown. Now, we looked at a photograph of the coconut tree yesterday when we were doing our morning meeting. And the author who wrote these words, her name is Jackie Lee. And I see she chose a real photo of a coconut tree for the cover of her story. So let's see how coconuts grow today. The coconut. Coconuts are used to make lots of tasty foods. They are big, brown, and hairy. How did they get that way? So friends, if you look at the outside, it almost looks like it has like hair, the brown, and on the inside there's white. That's the part that you eat, the white part. Some people eat coconuts plain. Others use them to make soups, cookies, and drinks. Coconuts grow on tall trees. These trees are called coconut palms. Coconut palms grow in warm places that get lots of rain. I see these coconut trees are by the beach, so maybe they like the water that's near the beach, and it must rain a lot there because the author wrote that these trees need a lot of rainwater. It looks as though these trunks are very long and skinny, and the leaves are also very, very big, very large. A tall coconut palm grows from a seed. The seed is inside the coconut, just under the brown shell. The outer part of a coconut is called the husk. So if you look, friends, this brown part, that's what we see when we buy a coconut. That's the shell of the coconut. This outside part, we do not buy at the grocery store. That's called the husk. We don't see that when we eat a coconut. And the seed is in the inside of this. Coconut palms grow in sandy soil. Later, a green sprout grows upward. First the roots form and make their way downward. So these are the roots going in the sand. And once the roots are there, this will eventually become the big tree trunk. But right now it's small, so it's called a sprout. Every coconut has 3 dark spots called eyes. The sprout grows out of one of those spots. That's interesting. So the last photo we saw earlier, these trees were growing at the beach. And the author said that the coconuts like sandy soil. So coconuts must like the beach for not only the rainwater, but also the soil. Here's some sandy soil. Now that little sprout keeps growing. It becomes a young tree. The leaves spread out at the top of the tree. So first it's a little tiny seed, and as you can see, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually, friends, this grows to be a really large coconut tree. The tree goes taller and taller. A coconut tree can grow to be 100 feet tall. That's as tall as a 10-story building. Friends, that's very tall. Coconut trees can be taller than your house. They can be taller than our school building. They are taller than the grocery store, taller than Target. If you go into a city like Philadelphia, sometimes there's buildings that are almost 100 feet tall. So if you watch football, the field is 100 yards. So the coconut tree is almost half of that football field. Pretty tall. After about 6 years, flowers start to grow on the coconut palm. So yesterday, friends, we read that it takes 10 years for apples to grow. For coconuts, it takes 6 years. So it takes less amount of time to grow a coconut than an apple. The flowers form at the top of the tree. If you look carefully, friends, there's these little dots here, and they're pointing to the flowers. We're going to see a close-up. Here are the flowers. The greenish yellow flowers grow on long stems. So I see little dots, and then the flowers, they really don't look like flowers, but they're really teeny tiny flowers. Here's another close-up. Some of the flowers form small round fruits. These are baby coconuts. So once, just like the apple tree, friends, when the flower petals leave, then the coconut starts to grow, just like the apple starts to grow after the flowers. A coconut tree keeps growing new flowers and coconuts all year long. So it's constantly growing and growing. So these are baby coconuts, friends. They're just really small. They're not ready to eat yet. The fruit gets bigger and bigger, and they change color too. So first they're green. At first, the husks are bright green, and over time, they turn yellow, orange, or brown. So they're almost like a yellowy orange. Normally, remember we said we get coconuts that are brown. So it looks as though these are not ready to be eaten yet. They're still growing. Inside each husk is something round and brown. That's the coconut, friends. And there are the eyes, these circles that they mentioned. Will it be eaten, or will it grow into a new coconut palm? Remember, the palm is the tree. The firm white inside part of the coconut is called the meat. The meat is part of the seed. It's also the part that we eat. So we eat the seed of the coconut. This delicious white stuff is what we eat. Some of you might eat coconut cookies, or you can take this white stuff out and just eat it right out of the shell. It's very delicious. Here are some coconut facts as we end. The countries that grow the most coconuts are the Philippines, Indonesia, and India. So I bet those 3 places have a lot of sand and rain. A coconut seed is one of the biggest seeds in the world. It takes about 1 year for a coconut to grow and ripen. So the coconuts on the trees, friends, they stay on the tree for a whole year before we can pick it and eat it. The word coconut comes from Portuguese and means monkey face. So coconut in another language means monkey face. People give it that name because the 3 eyes together look like a face. See the 3 eyes on the coconut? It kind of does look like a face. So that's how they came up with the word coconut. Do you like coconuts? Maybe you can look for a coconut at the grocery store, or maybe you can try eating a piece of a coconut for a little snack. Friends, I'll see you later. I hope you enjoyed our story.